In 1989, James was a narrow survivor of the Mukura massacre. His ability to escape was miraculous. After securing himself a safe spot in a tree, he vividly watched as everything transpired. The traumatic experience is one he can barely put behind.
When it came to around 8, there was moonlight, but the whole tarmac was getting covered with people, moving in groups, people. But this policeman had already told us that the people, the NRM soldiers, have already arrived.
Okay.
Now, I expected them to be the NRM soldiers, but then I couldn't just enter into their group anyhow, yes, telling them that I'm here. I had too much fear. I climbed a tree, a big tree. After climbing that tree, I thought very well that I was safe.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the whole crowd which was along the tarmac failed to continue to move to bypass. Instead, they again remained in the very area, whereby down was already full with the soldiers.
Under that tree?
Under that tree.
Okay.
Now I said, what can I do to these people now? There is no way I can escape from them. I would have run away.
Yeah.
There, I said, hello, I am here. Mimi Kapa.
You would have slept there for the night.
Could I make it?
Probably, maybe the branches were small.
A very big tree.
Okay.
And there I used to sleep inside that tree, for there was a place which was like this. I could sleep in that gap. I never slept in a house for a very long period. These people got shocked. They ran away from the tree. All were lying outside that tree now.
They said that probably you are a rebel.
Guns pointing the tree.
Uh-oh.
Who are you? That was another one. Said, I'm just a boy of this home, under this tree here. Can you come down? Quickly. They came down. As soon as I stepped down, he said, move there quickly. I moved. Moreover, we want your hands up. I had to raise the hands. Stop. I stopped. Where, Nani? For now, there. I told them the name which they were calling me there, Muron. I am Muron. What did you climb to do there? He said, there I climbed to fear the soldiers. We were attacked daytime and they looted me everything here at home. They looted. So I just climbed in fear as if another group was coming to do the same. I knew that you might just bypass and go, but now you have stopped here. I've again feared to stay up when you are down. Now they asked me, is this area safe? I said it is very okay. Apart from what happened daytime, but those ones were just 6 people, whereby even their dead bodies are still lying there. They were killed by villagers here. They were tired soldiers. They were no longer able to move very well. They said, the problem we have now, we have entered here, we don't know this place, and the place we are seeing it is dry. We need water, first of all. We don't know where to get water. Can you help us? I said, I can. Inside the house here, I have some jerrycans of water. That will not be enough. Can you see that crowd? It is even dark, you can't see well. But are you able to see? I said, I am able. Do you think that, how many jerrycans do you have? I said, there are 6. Do you think 6 jerrycans can this crowd all drink? They cannot. What you do, show us where you collect water. Where you fetch water, we go and fetch them by ourselves. We are not going to use yours.
Oh.
I had to escort them to the well. They told me that your work now is to escort every group here with their jerrycans for water. I did that until they had enough water.
What time was that in the night?
From 8 when they arrived up to around 2, we were still fetching water for everybody. Some had to say we want to bathe, and they did it. That was the first day of NRM there. The next morning, the one who was the commander of that group said, we are not moving today in front. We have to rest. We are very tired since all that time we have been moving just. At least we have not had any gunshot here trans night. We are going to rest daytime while we are sending people to Monta for our way. And they did it. There was a white man who had machines. That one was the one moving while photographing. Then he came back.
He was in their group?
Okay. They stayed there for 2 days. The 3rd day they moved. When they moved, they moved as far as Mukura. From Mukura there, they were told don't continue to the mountains, Kapir. That's near that Aoja bridge. That don't move to that mountain. These people have stationed again there. They have come back. They came at night. They said, we are staying here. But this one was the commander of front line. Never wanted it to leave me. He said, we have to move a bit, or we shall know where we shall leave you, and you will come back. So I had to accompany them. There was a wall to pass through that mountain there. Soldiers had put their tanker. They had to start throwing bombs from Mukura there to that mountain. And destroyed most of them. We were seeing even how the clothes were flying up when the bomb hit there. We were seeing it proper. Then they continued to Soroti peacefully. From there, I don't know what happened in the front. But this one who was the commander could drive each day back to Mbale, for they had put the offices in Mbale. But he could stop at my place, that I'm the one passing, but I am coming for food.
So you became a very good friend.
A very good friend to him. So that issue, that time got settled. I became okay. That was 86. 87, it again became bad. After they had taken the animals. There in our place, we had already got some people who had already got lost. They had joined the group. Now those people, one became a commander, and he was called Opos Robert. When he became a commander, he used to come back to us, telling us that you people, you are sleeping. The cows went, but we have to fight and get back in our cows. We said, then in which way? The soldiers have tried to follow up the animals, and they ended failing, bringing them back. How can we do it? That we can. Now boys kept disappearing. They were stealing boys. At the same time, people were being killed in the village. You find in the morning when it's very early, people are crying that in the other place they killed a person.
Who was killing them?
We couldn't know who was killing these people. You find a person being slaughtered just by the neck, and he's lying there. The head also lying aside. Now when we came to realize at last, there was a group of these people coming who said that, you people don't want to join the rebel group. We shall deal with you. These were the people who were coming. Now in that place where we were living, there were some people who had already become very bad. We never knew that they were the ones dealing with the other people. They could say, that one, NRM soldiers always come to his place. He deals with them. So he's a bad man. He's the one who reports, whenever you come this way that you came. When these boys hear of such an issue, you will not sleep. When it reaches
They
in
become
night,
a threat to them.
at night they just collect you and slaughter you, leave you there in your compound. Even if they are told a false story, they just slaughter you and leave you there. That destroyed the number of people in the village, very many. Now it came a time when I had gone to Ngora. It was daytime. I used to go to the hospital for I could buy some drugs there. I used to sell the drugs also, like tablets.
Okay.
Now some nurses were selling to me there. Nurses just something window too. They were also looking for what to eat. They were depending without salary that time. It was very bad. The rebel group had moved in here. Could bring those tablets, I sell to some people, I treat at home, I get money.
James did not, however, stop coordinating with his rebel group, for their intentions were meant for good, not bad as assumed by the NRA. This saw him in a back-and-forth situation between the NRA and UPA. He had to be so tactical, otherwise his life was at stake.
That day when I had gone to Ngora, they arrested me near the mountain called Titidek. That's where they arrested me. They said, take him.
Why were you arrested?
I was arrested that they were going to look for where rebels are.
There were different groups by then. Who exactly arrested you?
This was a rebel group of UPA.
Okay.
I came to understand very well quickly for they were wearing civilian, but they were carrying guns. They took me just behind that mountain. I got very many of them seated there, and others were in uniform.
Which kind of
army
uniform?
Now, the one who was leading the group was called Alpha. That is Awado. They had already reported that I'm a bad man, I've been wrecking. I never knew that. Then he decided to ask me that, what do you want? You want your life? Or you just want to confuse the nation? He said, I'm not a wrecker. I'm just from looking for medicine. You see, these days there is no medicine anywhere. I only buy medicine from some days the hospital Ngora. Some days I buy from Atuturi. In that hospital is where I get medicine. And I just assist people in the village here. Some cannot go for medication in any dispensary. There is no way right now. They had not checked what I had. Now after taking those things, they had checked inside. This one came back, said, you are free to sit with us, there is no problem. I sat not knowing what was even happening. It reached around 4. One came. Why do you detain this one here? This one, the commander, Awado, said, no, we're not detaining him, he's our friend. We can't detain him, there is no problem. Now this one told me, You are my friend, and you are our friend. I want you to do one thing. Oh, two. You go, rest, come very early in the morning. But if you fail to do that, you go to the NRMs in town. Go to the brigade there, tell them that I've found where rebels are. Then you come with them, you escort them up to here. We shall want to meet them as we have met you.
Was that some kind of trick? Or they really wanted to meet them?
I just moved peacefully. I knew that they might follow me and kill me anywhere. But I moved up to home without a problem. I didn't tell Madam that I was arrested. In the morning, very early, I woke up, I sat. I said, but now these people, they wanted to kill me. They have everything there. They told me to go back or to go for the soldiers. Let me just go back to them peacefully. I don't want to tell Madam that I'm going to anywhere. She will know that I've just gone for my bicycle. I moved. When I reached there, they welcomed me. I found them in that very area. You are welcome. I sat with them until 11. For the operation, used to start very early in the morning at around 8. When the soldiers have already covered the area, around 8 they start arresting people. But it reached 11, not even a rumor that there were soldiers coming from any angle. Now these people who were called the OPs, they went climbing the high trees. Most of them had come back, bringing news back to these people, the big ones, that this side where you sent me, it is okay. There is no problem. That one also came on this side, is okay. The other one also is safe like that. They said, it's okay. Now this one asked me, can you detect one of your bicycles in that group? There were so many bicycles they have been getting from people.
But obviously you would know this is mine.
I went I got mine. I rolled where he was seated. He said, are you sure that is your bicycle? I said, yes. What else had you? I said, I had 2 packets of Panadol. I had 10 bottles of PPF. I had aspirins. Also, I had 1 packet. And I had 30,000 shillings with my identity card. Now, whom did you give those things? I said, I didn't give, but then they just removed it from my pockets.
Yes, by
I
force.
don't know who is having them now. Are you sure you had those things? I said, I'm sure. Then he called the boy. That boy came. Get me what is inside that house. You get it. You tied something there. They brought and tied it. That can you detect what is yours here? I picked. Then asked me, how about these ones? I said, I don't know those ones. Those are yours. I said, yes. You can take them. But now, I'm giving you an assignment. Whenever you see you are free, you come and look for us. After 3 days, there was a boy who came. I'm looking for you. I said, yes, let's go. I went with him. There was one of the people, fighters who was known as Onyaiti. He was a lieutenant. They had shot him and broken the arm.
You're talking about the UPA rebels?
Eh.
Okay.
Now that day, this lieutenant was shot by the NRMs. They shot the vehicle, but never shot any soldier. The vehicle managed to stop, and they poured bullets where they were.
Oh.
They told me, you go to that house there and see what you can do to that man who is there. When I went there, I found the man, they had already broken him, just around this part. I said, no, I don't have POP. That place needs POP. It's a broken area. But we have some more things here we got. Can you come and look at these things if it is in that group? We got, they had already broken in the hospital and got some boxes there. When I opened, I saw it. I said, you are lucky these things here. Can you help him? I said, I can. I went, then I tied this part of the arm. I tied it to a piece of a tree which was there. It was just a smaller tree. I told him, you sit near that tree. He sat. I tied that part. Then this way, I knew that this one's fear to hold. I had to tie with the rope again and tie it to another piece of tree. Now he was just there straight, and he stretched that arm. Then I pressed the bones back, then I tied it. After tying that one, I left him there with the arm sling. I went back. They said, but then you have to keep checking this man every day now. We cannot know what is going on.
Why did you decide to be going back to the UPA? Why didn't you report them?
Living in the village was another tough issue. If the UPA members had known that I had already gone to these people, they would have waited for me and killed me there. And again, the NRMs had already started hating me. That man is said to be taking medicine to the rebels. So whenever I saw them, I could run. Now, at that time, I used to fear NRMs. I never became settled. As soon as I see them, I just fluke my way out and I go.